That's all you want to add on camera or on audio. Coughing and dying. Antisocial experience 219.
You usually die and then end up in a coffin.
Right.
If you don't cough at first.
Of course, I'm gonna fuck it up and do it backwards.
Yeah, right. I get that.
Happy Father's Day. This is Return of the Livid Dead.
Yeah.
Anybody that's been here from episode 81 onward would have remembered that episode. If you haven't, go back and check it out. We're going to continue those tales.
Yeah, I'm not there, though.
Yeah, he's not, sadly, but he can add to it substantially.
I'm here now, and that's what counts.
Yeah, by far. Return of the Livid Dead. You think it's at all stupid that the Father's Day shows, like, I just, like, copy, like, movie posters for Night of the Living Dead?
No, I think it's great, because it's, like, I don't know. It's kind of, like, what I look forward to the most of the Father's Day is the Snipped annual Father's Day bash. So, like.
How was that?
That was great, man. It's fucking great.
Like, why you bring it up? Can you put any of it on the air? Can you share it?
Oh, yeah. No, I played it last night. We opened up for them. There's 5 bands. But, like, they give away dumb shit. Like, last year, with McGarvey's, they gave away a fucking 1992 Weed Eater brand Weed Whacker, electric one. So, like.
Actual Weed Eater brand?
Yeah, yeah. And they'd be like, this guy only can use this in the rain because it was electric. You know what I mean? Like, it was just fucking. And last night, they presented me with a plunger for putting up with all their shit all the time. So, I mean, it's a good time.
You got the plunger award?
Yeah.
Or the shitty award,
yeah,
whatever?
It's in my car. I'm going to encase it in bronze.
That's great.
Yeah, it's a fun time. But yeah, other than that, I don't have kids or anything, so.
And the Snipped, can you explain that band for anybody that doesn't know it?
Like the Snipped refers to like getting a vasectomy. And then, you know, obviously they go by the moniker of dadcore. Like that's their big thing.
Instead of hardcore, dadcore?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Because they roll.
Right. And do they sing? They sing about stuff.
Yeah, it's normal songs. There's not a whole lot of like. They have a song called "Bus" about getting stuck behind a bus on your way to work, but like, there's not a whole lot of like that goes into it. It's just the whole, you know what I mean? Their T-shirts and stuff are just geared toward
dad.
Yeah, and then like instead of like for people would have breakdowns in songs, they just take a break. Because, you know what I mean? Like they'd be build up in a song and be like a heavy metal breakdown. Well, instead of like going right into the breakdown or whatever, they'll just like actually take a break because they're old.
Oh.
Yeah.
So there's some of the stage show of the band, the Snipped.
Fantastic.
I understand it somewhat, but he could explain it better than me. I don't have as much interaction with them. I'm just behind the scenes for that whole thing. But no. So, last night was their annual Father's Day bash.
Yeah, it was a 4th year for it.
Badass, man, badass. Continuing on from episode 81, this is the first time I redid a thumbnail. We have shared dad stories here before, but how do I want to say it? We never continuing from 81 until now. So, you know, with my consistency level and
it's like 3 years.
Yeah, 2 of the smartest people on the internet jumping from 81 to 219 with the continuing of it. Anyways, who wants to start this one? Me? You?
Oh, I can. I got one off the top of my head.
All right, sir. Do
so
it.
my dad knows, like, I'm not fucking mechanical or anything by any means. Like, he can fix any type of car, Russian tank, whatever. You know what I mean? Anything. It doesn't matter.
Russian tank.
It doesn't matter, dude. It can be Czechoslovakian. It doesn't even matter. He can fix anything. It does not matter. Anywho, so my brothers sometimes, like, him and my dad get along way better than we do. So they do a lot more stuff together. Oh, actually, they do stuff together. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. They do stuff together. We don't. So one day, I was all hungover from a party, and I was driving around smoking weed, trying to get my fucking hangover going. You know what I mean? Because it's like, that's what's the best way to get rid of a hangover, weed. Anyway, I was driving around, and I knew my brother was supposed to be out there because we lived together at the time. And I drove by his house, and I'm like, well, fucking Dave's not even out there. And I was like, huh. I'm like, I wonder if he needs help. And I'm like, I know. I'll go help him, and I'll look like the good fucking. So I go to help him. He's putting this like flue up for his wood burner up through the roof or whatever.
Right.
You know the piece that goes actually in the ceiling that the fucking thing goes to?
The boot? Yeah.
Yeah, so listen. So fucking I'm standing up on this thing, and he's like literally like, Jimmy, whatever you do, don't drop this. The minute he got this out of his fucking mouth, I fucking dropped it, dude.
Clang.
Then yeah, smashed the motherfucker. He's like, that's like, and I was like, well, I'm like, you could have warned me sooner, you know what I mean? Like, and there I was trying to be the good human and help him out, and I fucking smashed his shit. He was pissed, but he laughed a little bit later. But like, yeah,
Yeah.
his reactions aren't good at first. We'll just
In
say
the
that.
moment, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not the best with reactions
I'm not either.
myself.
I've been working on that actually. So, but yeah, that was a classic one because I'm like, I'll go help him. I'll be in it. I just fucked all his shit up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's dude, and that I think I have so many times where it's been like that. Exactly. Just I'm gonna go do it, and I did what he wanted, but I didn't do it the way he would do it, and it doesn't matter what it was.
You might as well not have done it at
Dude,
all.
how many ways can you stack wood wrong?
Oh my God! Don't even get me started on
Okay,
this.
how many ways can you carry wood into the house wrong?
Yeah, I
Like,
lived it.
and just, and I'm not putting my dad down or not, man. I miss him more than anything. He's my best friend in the whole world. He's passed a few years back, but it's just putting the two of us in the same room, dude. It's like taking a cat and a dog that do not get along. Like, look, you stuff them in the same room, you will get along. It's not going to happen. You can't make it happen. But just leave his presence, not be there, not living there, not being there every day trying to help or anything. And he'd call me all the time. Hey, what are you doing? Talking, being friend. Like, it's like, why can't you do this when I'm there? What do you mean I do?
Yeah.
And no, it's not. No, not what do you mean I do? He was the type of guy like this. Okay, say you wake up, you're having a good day. One of them days are like, man, hyped to be alive today. Good
I
day.
don't know what those days feel like.
Got stuff I want to do today. I'm gonna get it done. You're gonna, one of the conquer the world days. It's gonna be tough, but you're gonna try it, right? Try and accomplish something. Wake up in a good frame of mind. He wakes up and sees this, and he's in a good mood. He would switch to a bad mood. It's like, that ain't happening, friend. Even if it ruined his day, his week, he would switch his mood just to spoil yours. And damn it if it didn't work every time.
Yeah. My dad, he like you can't have a conversation with him. Like I can't have a conversation with him. He just wants to talk about motors and cars. So literally I'll go out there. Like there was a part of time in my life where I went out like every Sunday for like 3 years. And this was just recently. Like not in the last year and a half, but before that. So I go out there every Sunday and literally listen to like, you know what I mean? He might as well be speaking fucking Chinese to me, dude, because I don't fucking know what any of this means, nor do I care, because I hate it. You know why I hate it? Because when I was 1, 2, 3 years old, I'm getting it stuffed down my throat. I'm taking him the wrong wrench. He's fucking whipping across the garage because he's pissed. It's like, why the fuck would I want to be out here as a kid, So I didn't
Yeah.
learn about cars. So I go out there and he's like, oh, I just changed the timing on a blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's fucking 2:30, dude. You know what I mean? How do you change the time? Just dumb shit like that. And fucking I annoy the piss out of him because I do that stuff because I don't know what else to do. But at the same time, I'll be like, hey, Dad, I did this, and this. Well, I don't understand any of that. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, you could fucking lie to me like I lie to you here with the conversation thing. Like,
Right.
yeah, they'll give and take. But no, there's none.
Maybe if maybe you could translate it to car. If you know what I mean? If you understood more, but
Right.
not likely.
Dude, I fucking hate cars, but because I was stuffed in that garage when I was a kid, and like I said, it sucks. I physically, I cannot have a conversation with him. It always goes back to what the timing is in a 72 fucking Corvair or something like that.
Damn.
Yeah, it's good times, dude. Great oldies.
Dropping that boot. I think I heard that one before, but I love that story. Dude.
It's epic. He's so bad. Didn't even fucking get it out of his mouth and I dropped it. Son of a bitch.
So, I made my dad mad, not once, but twice in the same night. It wasn't even me the second time, but he was equally as mad at me all over again. Okay, so me and some people some of my friends growing up with, I'm trying to think who all was there. I don't want to put somebody there that wasn't. Oh, I'm not going to throw any names out, but I don't know if you knew the two cousins I grew up with.
Uh-huh.
Okay. At least one, if not both, were there. I think one was definitely there, 100%. I don't know about the second, but we were wandering around the neighborhood, and we come across, like the whole landscape of the neighborhood up there changed. It went from country around the cigar factory,
Yeah.
like it was wildlands.
Yeah.
Nobody lived there, to a small industrial park and parking lot come up around it and other businesses. At one time, there used to be a water tower there that got converted and doors cut into it into a shed, storage for the Army National Guard, right? We walked up to this. It wasn't fenced in or nothing. Walking around, wandered down there to go check it out. Walked up, turned the knob, and it opened. just opened. Dude, they had guns in there. Like military, like all kind of like just overflow for like uniforms, guns, all kind of stuff. I didn't take no guns. I got a jacket, you know? Ended up leaving. Cops show up at the house later asking questions. Obviously, I'm in trouble. Then my one friend had to go out because he got worried and went and threw all the shit in the swamp that surrounds that whole area, like ditched it in water, deep water. Had to wait out and go get it. But he ended up getting mad at me all over again. Like, how could you go do that? And I never even bothered to say, I wasn't there for that part.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't go, why are you going to take something? And then also
Did they get you on camera or what?
destroy it, huh?
Did they get you on camera or what?
No, I don't even know how it happened. I think just parents talking and like these, like, where'd you get this?
Yeah.
You know, like they didn't have this stuff.
Right.
And ended up talking to each other, and one of them just did the right thing and, reported it, and they come around to find out what all was going on.
I wish
But
I was there now, because I could take shit now.
No, man. I mean, and I don't want to, I didn't want to steal from the service, the armed forces, anything like that. But as a kid,
It's the fucking
wandering
National
around,
Guard, dude.
okay, we'll say what they are, but they give money to people for going and doing whatever they do, But at the time, it was like I think I was like 7, 8, and just finding my way in the world, hanging with friends. Didn't even understand trespassing in the least at the time,
I bet you had a better idea of it afterwards, right?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, that usually...
Don't do it. It's not not yours. Don't touch.
Yeah, that usually clues you in pretty good.
But I was scared, dude. I thought I was going to jail as a kid. I'm like legit. And laughing or not, it just, in the moment, I was like, oh, I'm going to grab a jacket. I've always wanted like a camouflage jacket or a shirt, whatever.
Yeah.
It was more like a heavy shirt.
Yeah.
I called it a jacket. I was a kid. Way too big for me. I'm not near adult size, but I'm like, this is awesome. It wasn't awesome a couple hours later.
No.
So, yeah. He got mad twice in the same night. Once for doing it, and then mad at me for throwing stuff in the water that I didn't do, that somebody else did, to try and get out of not getting in trouble the first time around.
Yeah, I pissed him off real bad one day before 10 a.m. Believe it or not, on a Saturday before 10 a.m. Believe it or not, I had slept until 8:30 that morning. So you give me an hour and a half window, and I had him fucking pissed. So it's St. Patrick's Day. I come home looking like I do usually on a Saturday morning, fucking rough the fuck up because I was at the bar all night. Come in, I sit down, and I'm like, look around. So I go in and get a shower. I fucking get dressed. And I fucking walk back out. He's like, where the fuck are you going? I'm like, the bar. It's 10:30 in the morning. And he's like, what do you mean you're going to the bar? I goes, fucking St. Patty's Day. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? He's like, you're going to the bar 10 in the morning? I was like, yes. And I left, man, flipping. So he tells me that he needs me back that day. It just so happens that it had to be, like, it was a Penn State game or something, too. I don't know what the fuck was going on. Sporting event. So I go back and I'm helping him. And I'm like, so are we about done here? And he's like, what the fuck do you got to go? I'm like, well, Penn State kicks off in fucking 20 minutes. And I'm like, it's St. Patrick's Day. And he's like, just fucking smash something. He's like, get the fuck out of my garage. And I was like, all right, see ya. So I went drinking. Fuck it.
Just by celebrating a holiday.
Yeah. I'm not Irish, but whatever. Like I was that day.
Right. And, I
was 23, man. I was having fun. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And I had those days when I turned legal age to be able to go into an establishment and buy a drink. And it didn't last long, but
I bought like 100 drinks, dude.
That day?
Well, every day. Every time I went. Yeah, that's why I don't go to establishments anymore, because I tend to stay there the entire time.
Yeah, I did it and lived it for a few weeks, and I'm like, all right, this is gonna go down a real bad road with the type of person I am. So I had to like steer away from that one.
Yeah, I did it for a few years, like 15.
The other thing that kind of threw me off of it was the drinking, and I ended up I was drinking the one night before going to a show, and ended up taking I don't know what it was. It was something. What do they give you for anxiety?
Oh, Xanax.
What's the other? There's some other
Klonopin.
something like that. I took something like that while drinking. I got sicker than sick and missed probably the one and only time that I would have been able to see Henry Rollins around here on stage. Like, yeah. And it's like that, the combination of that, and also just like, yeah, I'm going to the bar every night, and I work the next morning and being tired, and I'm like, this is going nowhere quick.
Dude, I don't know how I do it. Fucking, dude, there used to be a jazz band in Pittsburgh. I'd fucking sit there at fucking 2:33 in the morning, listen to these guys, and then I'd go back into work at 7. Fucking smashed. Like,
And if you knew my dad, like, I wouldn't say he would encourage me to drink or anything like that, but that was his thing. Like, he didn't smoke, he didn't do drugs. Like, he said he tried a cigarette and a cigar when he's like 12, 13, didn't like it. Tried to drink like around that time or a little later, and that just stuck with him for life, basically the rest of his life. You know, so if anything, I probably disappointed him by not, you know, or maybe I didn't. I don't know. I can't speak for somebody else. But yeah, it wasn't a good road for me, man. Not a good choice trying that, and got away from it rather quickly.
yeah,
Or
no.
quick, luckily.
It was a long road. It was fun, though.
I'm trying to think of some other stories. I know I shared the motorcycle story one here. Oh. Does stepdads count? Can we tell stepdad stories? Do they count?
If you want to.
Hey, man, he's a good guy. I mean, bad guy in all the same, but also a good guy.
My first stepdad was a fucking dick.
But, you know, so was my dad. He was good and bad, all in the same guy.
And this guy was all bad.
Living with my mom and stepdad in Ohio. Okay, go back to 1993.
Where at in Ohio?
Just south of Youngstown.
Okay.
You know where I'm at? Where
Yeah.
I'm talking, that area?
Yeah.
Anyhow, I hadn't seen my dad in quite a while. Decide to steal a family car, my stepdad's car, you know, my mom's car, but pretty sure stepdad was the owner.
Yeah.
I don't know. She could probably confirm whether or not who owned it, but that's not the point. Ended up taking it, plus taking 2 friends and driving. We had a blizzard in 93.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know it was a blizzard.
But you were driving in that?
Yes. And drove from Ohio down Interstate 80 to this town.
You drove the whole way here?
Yes.
You made it.
Yes.
How old were you?
13.
Fucking A.
No driving experience. First time driving a car on the road through a blizzard. Lucky to be alive.
What in the fuck were you thinking?
I wanted to go see my dad, man. I hadn't seen him in a while.
Dude, that they had to fucking, like, they had to, like, take snow out of town. There was so much snow.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, it was crazy. They shut down schools and shit for like a week and a half.
Oh, yeah.
It was crazy, dude.
I didn't know it was a blizzard at the time. I didn't pay attention to the weather. I didn't care.
It was like fucking 4 days of straight snow. Like, fucking, oh my God, there's so much snow.
But yeah, missed dad, wanted to go see dad. And
I mean, you made it.
and obviously he should have been upset, but he really wasn't, you know? Like, I don't know how I would feel if at some point my 13-year-old kid that was living elsewhere stole a car and drove to see me. I'd probably be like, nice job, you know? But don't do it again.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm glad you're alive. But boy, were mom and stepdad mad. I don't know if they're mad about taking the car, taking it through the storm, taking 2 teenagers out of state, crossing state lines with two other families' kids, you know? But yeah. So there's some dumb tales of at least one dumb tale when I made stepdad mad and my mom. I don't know if she was as mad as relieved to get me back. You know, but
She was more worried. Like, she was like, just thank God the car's there. You know, I was trying to get to fucking work, you dick. You know, now she had to travel with
Right.
no car in the fucking blizzard, dude. Have some thought. Jesus.
Yeah,
Well, you better apologize to her on Mother's Day.
I apologized many times for that.
Well, Mother's Day would be another time to, you know, maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna hold you to it.
All right, man.
All right.
All right.
So
I'll apologize now. Sorry, Mom.
So last night, funny enough, I got home from the show at like 3:30. Just a side note. I got home from 3:30 last night, and I still had to go to work. And they opened by 8 a.m. So I was like, all right, man, I'm gonna sit down for a minute, and I'm just gonna sit down for a minute. I'm gonna get back up and go to work. I fucking opened my eyes. It was 10 a.m. and I was still sitting on my couch.
So you legit sat. You did what I do some nights. Like I'm gonna sit for a minute.
Yeah.
And get up like 8 hours later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. With 2 alarms going off the entire time.
Sunday name has appeared. More worried than angry. Okay. Oh yeah, she's using my real name.
Yeah, now you're in trouble. Now you're in deep shit.
I
Yeah.
know I'm in
When the
deep
middle
shit.
name gets flying, I'm fucking out of here.
No, the real name.
But yeah, when the real name followed by the middle
Oh
name
yeah,
flies,
we're going off
I'm,
air.
I'm leaving.
We're going off air for that one. Show's canceled. Sorry, people. I didn't want to cough on mic for that one. That was a rough one. But yeah, not all angels, not all innocent. I would say nobody is, but I would have to argue that I overall did some more ridiculously stupid stuff than most kids.
I maintain my innocence.
And not guilty.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Is it too late for me to say that?
I think so.
With all the stories and tales shared?
Yeah, with DuckTales.
Oh,
Come on. Wow. Anyway.
but I'm trying to think of some more that I have. I mean, I could go on and on, but who wants to hear every little dumb thing? Those are just kind of some of the highlights, like the bigger ones, like, oh, damn, you did that?
Yeah, I just remember him fucking throwing that ceiling tile that day I went to the fucking St. Patty's Day, man. I'll never forget that. He was so pissed.
It was a ceiling tile?
Yeah, we were putting this fucking...
Like drop ceiling?
Yeah, we were putting a drop ceiling in his fucking garage.
Nice.
Because, that's what I wanted to do on Saturday.
Right?
Like, who doesn't?
On St. Patty's Day, before the Penn State game.
Right. As all my friends are just out drinking, and I'm just like, oh my God, I have to put this drop ceiling in. I'm 23. Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Like, so
You don't understand it at the time.
I still don't understand it.
No, you don't.
I wouldn't expect my 23-year-old to help me on a fucking Saturday when he drinks all the time on St. Patty's Day to put me a drop ceiling in. I just wouldn't have scheduled it, man. Like, I know better.
Maybe move it to like a different day.
But yeah.
Monday afternoon.
Yeah, like, I don't mind helping, but fucking hey, he just springs shit on me, and that's what I hated. It'd be like, well, you're doing this now. Well, no, I got plans, man. Like, that just doesn't work that way.
I think a big factor, and I don't want to speak for everybody, but at least in our instances, is communication, like with our dads, and it was near impossible to communicate with the guy.
It is impossible to communicate with him.
Yeah, I mean, not using what was the thing they tapped out, the doot Morse code.
Morse code.
Like with the telegraph and that.
Yeah.
Like you could try that. You could print it out.
Yeah, that could have been Porky Pig too. That's all, folks.
Yeah, put it in the paper, record it to a tape. Doesn't matter. It wasn't getting across to my dad. If he didn't want to hear it, it wasn't happening. But it's, you know what? For all the stuff that he didn't want to hear, the stuff that he did hear is just mind-blowing. Like, you're picking that up out of that conversation. That's what you recall?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Been there.
And is that the dad? Is that the dad thing to do?
I don't know.
Like, remember, like the. Yeah.
I'm not a father.
Oh. So, see if we got, where are we at?
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta go sooner. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the work thing. I'm trying to think if I have one more quick one here. I didn't prepare, as always. I just did the art, did the title, and I knew I had the stories. I just don't know where they all are.
Yeah, and I slept sitting up and missed work. I pulled a no call, no show because I didn't even call in and tell them.
Oh, for the joint.
Yeah. To Spike Lee.
Is that a bad thing?
Fuck them. I don't know. Whatever, dude. Shit happens.
It does.
Yeah.
And you can't deny it.
No, I wasn't. It's not like I was drunk. I didn't drink a drop last night.
Very. All right. Let's touch on some comments for a minute. Stepdads can be awesome. Yes, they can be awesome, fellas. Chris, I agree. Stepdads can be awesome, fellas. So can dads in their own right. Let's catch up and see where we're at with some of this. Wow, we have people chiming in about their dads. I wasn't even reading chat. I mean, I did, but I wasn't processing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
They were talking about Snipped. Okay, not the band, but the process.
And everybody in the band has had a vasectomy too. That's part of being in the band.
And they're talking about passing samples. Good thing.
Cool.
Good thing. Is when something is needed. Okay, the only time me and my old man really contact each other is when something is needed, and if it isn't, the length of time we have doesn't last long before he wants help with something. Oh, okay. So the contact is for if some, need something or help's needed, and it isn't long before he needs help with something.
Right. My dad won't even ask me for help. He's just like, you're too busy. Okay, whatever. Man.
Here's the help and the dad thing that got me, and it made me mad, and I don't understand it to this day, and I don't want to understand it because as Pearl said, or my mom, he lived in his own world. He was his own dude, and he was not saying everybody's dad isn't one of a kind, but this guy was a character unlike any person I've ever met, any dad, any human, anybody. But the helping him factor is he would ask you to do something. Like I said, if you could manage to do it right with his instructions and the way he wanted it done, like I mean, like I said, how can you screw up stacking wood, or how can you screw up carrying wood? Not unstacking it and restacking it in the house, but carrying it. Like, how can you do that wrong? But I did it wrong every time. He would ask for help, and if I did it, I was wrong for doing it. Or if I stopped by after I didn't live there, I'd stop by like, hey, you need help with anything? No. And like right after I left, he'd like call my nephew, call somebody else, and like, hey, I'll give you $20 if you come do this. The very thing I just asked him about. Like, do you want help with this? No, I got it. And then he'd call and pay somebody else to do it instead of having it done for free. Like, I never understood that. Maybe that's just like a lasting FU moment. Who knows, man? Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
But like I said, if anybody has that answer, I want to hear the comments. This was a more personal story episode, and we go there sometimes. But if anybody has that answer, how you can mess up carrying wood, leave it in the comments. Leave a comment afterward on the show. Write in. Tell us something. How can you screw up carrying wood? They're just logs. You're going to burn them. Does this matter how many I carry and how I hold them? No. Should it? Maybe. No. All right. Let me get down to the bottom here so I'm not broadcasting dead air. Yeah, I see at least a comment or so about losing dad. I was not 12, man. I was in my 30s. And I can't imagine if I had to deal with something like that when I was 12. That would be insane. Because not only are you grown and not even like developed then, I couldn't imagine. Even just a few friends. Did anybody die in your class, Jimmy? Like when you were in high school? Like pass away, accidents, crazy shit happened?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I didn't go to school a whole lot.
I still don't even know how to process that to this day. Some of the people that I lost from my senior class or just from classes above or below me when I was, obviously I've had time to, but I try not to think about it. And it was weird then. It's weird now. I can't imagine having to deal with a close family member at a younger age. That'd be insane.
Yeah.
Let's go down. Never see me. 4 years people. Where we at? Yeah, one in four boys, and I see the thing is I'm one in four boys and tend to be the only one that can't or shouldn't do my own thing, and the only one of us that doesn't get help from him. I hate being part of a family sometimes. I understand what you're saying there, Chris. It's when you got brothers and sisters, it's a rough thing to deal with. At least it was, it was for me because I didn't really deal with them too much. But when I do, I don't know how to this day. March 2021 and Uber Micro Lee. Yeah. Dude, sorry to hear that. Thank you for stopping over, posting. Same hour, shut my work laptop. Dang. Do you see that comment from Lee, man?
I'm not.
No. It's a rough one. I can't imagine. It's, to say it lightly, I don't know.
See up there.
Huh?
My eyes are all fucked up today.
Sorry, man. But no, I don't know. I don't know how it's something I try not to think about, man. And if I do, I immediately dread. I guess I'll have to deal with it someday personally. And to each their own. However you deal with whatever. And I'm the last person who should be giving advice um, on such matters. But it's just I don't think I've fully dealt with it or processed it. Losing any family that I have, and maybe I'm a bad person for doing that. I don't know. But it's just a tough thing to deal with, especially if it's a dad or, maybe somebody that you were super close with. In my case, like I said, couldn't get along with him when I was around him, and he couldn't stop getting a hold of me when I wasn't there. So it's like, to me, my best friend, but whatever. I think we'll leave it there. New episodes, audio episodes, published every Sunday at 5, as long as there was a show the week before. People that are here should know how that goes. Is that it, man?
Yeah. That's all I got. Sorry, I got a lot going on my head.
Yeah, I got you. If you weren't here last week, go back and check out the episode with Chase. If you're a person that listens to the show afterward or you like listening, that audio episode will be up today at 5. As I said, awesome episode. I want to take a moment and thank him again for coming on. Phenomenal show, and expect to see some of the usual suspects back. I do like to cycle people back in to see where they're going, what they've done on their journey with just this whole thing. YouTube, the internet.
Skynet.
Yeah. If that shit happens, man,
I'm going to be a T-1000.
Get a hold of me.
I will.
Yeah, family doesn't always mean blood, and because they're blood doesn't always mean family.
Amen.
Have a good week, people. Take care of you, your own, all that. We will we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Oh, yes, and happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. Gonna be fathers. If you had a dad, had a father, happy Father's Day. Have a safe one.